Okay, we've got a Bmw E39 M5. Okay, we've got a bit of a classic beast here, the Bmw M5. One of BMW's masterpieces. Very fast car, sounds gorgeous. Doesn't look that fantastic, I have to say. It's a bit of an understated beast. Interior of this car, well, pretty much like any other BMW, nothing really stands out apart from a subtle M-Tech badge on the steering wheel and the seats. Perhaps there's nothing really inside to give it away that it is an M5. Everything's pretty much like a cockpit in here, nice, neat and tidy. I will say though that while sitting here, the top of the steering wheel is blocking out the dials. This car is a BMW classic, you know, there's no doubt about it. They are fast cars. Suspension on it is just, well, it's rock hard, it's beautiful. You go around the corners, the car doesn't even budge. The sound of the engine, no, that just speaks for itself. Absolutely gorgeous. Visibility around the car, well, I have to say I am not particularly fond of the rear view mirror. I know it won't show up in this, but it's not the best shape. In fact, I think you lose a lot of vision through it. The wing mirrors are small, but the vision is okay. It's a very cockpity feel to this car. I feel like I'm in a little jet or something. It's a little fighter jet. It's certainly got the sporty feel, but it doesn't have the claustrophobic feel that I might associate with a Porsche or even an Aston Martin in some cases. This is, by all means, it is a monster. I wish I had the opportunity to take this onto a motorway for a few hundred miles, particularly the Autobahn, to be honest. Even though this is obviously a car designed for speed, I'm trotting along nicely now in 4th gear and I'm doing 35 miles an hour, and the vehicle is not responding in a negative way at all. It's reacting just like a regular saloon would. The actual ride quality is beautiful. Although you're aware of every bump in the road, you will expect that with a M-Tech suspension and the nature of the vehicle. It's not built for bouncing around in a nice big Rolls Royce or something. But at the same time, even though this is a fast car, a sports car, it does have a luxury saloon feel about it, because really at the end of the day that's what it is. You could go to Heathrow Airport and pick up 4 or 5 people in this car, but on the way back you'd be able to keep up with most things on the road. Steering is not quite as responsive as I would have expected for the sporty M5. I would say there's no play as such, but it doesn't feel as edgy and jittery as I might have anticipated. In fact, the steering on this is exactly the same as a standard BMW 5 Saloon. It does actually feel that when you turn, that the steering's not immediately following. You would become familiar with that in a smaller wheelbase car, short wheelbase car like a Mini or a Ford Focus or an Audi A1. And even though this is a long car, the steering, yeah, I really don't feel like I'm connecting with the road at all. I think there might be a little bit too much power steering. It's not a light sensation, but at the same time, you know, you're driving a fast car, you want to feel the road, and I don't really feel connected to the road. It's almost like that sense has been anaesthetised. Let's just have a little listen to this engine. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Hopefully in a moment we'll be able to do a 0 to 60 test on the motorway. I can definitely see the attraction to these vehicles. They are awesome. You know, there's not many things on the roads that would keep up with this. Why go pay £80,000 for an Aston Martin when you can pick one of these up for £5,000, £6,000, £7,000 and have basically just as much car, and you get a better interior. I have to say, this one's up for sale later on this week, and if I had the opportunity to buy one myself, I'd buy one at the drop of a hat. This is the E39 model. I would say the E34 would be a good buy too. The only thing about the newer ones is they're just so damn ugly. The interior of this car is for some reason it reminds me of a hairdresser's. It's not the greatest interior, but I suppose there must be variations of this, just like with any other car. But the sound of this engine, oh, absolutely beautiful. Right, we're going to do a 0 to 60 test now, and we're going to see what this baby goes like. Wow, that does sound fantastic. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Well, actually that's 70 miles an hour already. It does cut out when you accelerate too fast. I know that's probably necessary, but to be fair, it's bloody irritating. I don't like these limiters, I don't like these controllers. The one factor that seems to be springing to mind with this vehicle is the brakes. The brakes are absolutely fantastic. But listen to the sound of that engine. Oh, what a car. What a car. I'm sure there are many M5 fans in the world, and I have to say I just totally agree with them. These cars are awesome. They really are. I wouldn't only buy this car, I'd buy another one and another one and another one and collect them. They are amazing. It's a big, fat, chunky saloon, basically. The sort of car you'd expect your old man to drive, but underneath that bonnet, it's got one hell of a bitch beast that will just rip the skin off your face when you accelerate. It is an absolute monster. Here's to the M5. Well done, BMW. Oh yes, I want one.